All right, America. We just want to dive a little more into the AB situation with our brother Ray C's Leo, who is a communications expert. He's a former journalist, former sports director. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, Caesar, based on your expertise, based on your knowledge of the game, in terms of building a public image, building and maintaining a good reputation, and based on what you've seen from AB, not only with this recent ordeal, but really going all the way back to the Pittsburgh stuff. Okay, so looking at it in its totality, do you think AB can rehabilitate his image, or is he too far gone?
Um, so a couple of things run through my mind when I look at the AB situations. One, he's grown, so he gets to do whatever he wants to do. But he has a manager, he has an agent, a publicist, somebody, a handler of some sorts that is paid to tell AB what he doesn't want to hear. Now, whether he does it or not, that's a totally different story. You cannot approach AB like how I would approach rational people and say, AB, when you're building your brand, because AB is a brand, he is a business, and you know, when you're building something, it takes time to build a brand, and all of that goodwill that you build can be torn down in one moment. It can take you years to build it, but in one moment, it can be torn apart. AB would look back at me in this moment and say, nah, that's not true because I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, right? Like he's been with the Steelers, he's been with the Raiders, he's been with the Patriots, he's been with the Buccaneers, and now he's looking for another home. So that doesn't apply to guys like AB because of the arena that he plays in. He has unique talent that allows some of his stuff to get overlooked. Whereas in my day-to-day operations, that doesn't fly. All right. So what I would tell AB is one, stop talking. Stop talking. I know you feel like you got to tell your side of the story, but stop talking. We have lost in this society, in our generation, the one behind us, and some in front of us too. We have lost the ability to understand sometimes that silence is golden, and if you shut up, sometimes things will go away. We don't want to believe it, but sometimes you just shut up and lay low, things will go away. Well, AB doesn't want to do that either. I'm trying to paint a picture for you, because everything that you try to tell a guy like this, he's just not going to listen. Um, when AB puts out text messages and things like that, it's cool in the moment, but that's a trust thing. So as good as you are, and you might have, been let go from a team for different reasons because you made public outbursts. But now you're starting to share private stuff. And so when you start to share private stuff, people really can't trust you then because there are some things that are expected to stay here. And then when you put them out here, well, now that next team that might be willing to take a shot with you is going to say, well, you know what I mean? Now, Ray could be wrong because again, AB has played for the Steelers, AB has played for the Raiders, AB has played for the Patriots, and AB has played for the Buccaneers. But never ever has AB walked off and showed up the head coach and one of the greatest players to ever do it. And one of the greatest players to ever do it, his team as well. His team, his outside of the Buccaneers team. See, now it's getting personal to the point where you're reaching out to guys that are Teflon. Uh, that's different. That's different, man. So I would tell AB all of these things, but I know what AB would tell me. I'm AB. Somebody's going to want these skills. And he has been right in that regard for quite a while now. It's the reason why he's still in the news because, as crazy as it is, there are teams who are willing to overlook it all to bring in a guy that can do what he does. Um, my rational mind says nobody else is going to do it because, again, it's getting to the point now where you can't trust him to even be in the locker room kind of guy that will keep things close to the vest. Um, but who knows? Who knows, man? All the things that you're supposed to be able to tell a person to keep them out of trouble, it doesn't work with AB. And I don't know if AB has that person in his corner like we have each other that can sit you down and look you in the eye, have a conversation with you and say, hey man, you gotta stop. This is going too far. I know he has handlers. I know he has guys that take care of his money or women that, look out for his best interest in terms of contracts and future earnings and stuff like that. But I don't know if he has that person to say, brother, you have to stop. Not slow down. You have to stop.
Well, in that interview that we talked about on the previous segment, he says he got folks that'll tell him when he's doing too much.
Yeah.
That's what he said, and he
Where
said
are they?
he says he accepts that
Yeah.
when they do that.
Where are okay? Let's see that's what I mean because their idea of too much and my idea of too much clearly two totally different things. Um, because my idea of too much was 2 teams ago. I'm not even talking about the Steelers stuff where he is, pretty much saying I'm not gonna play in this game and I'm gonna stand on the sideline with, you know, my gear, my personal gear, and not Steeler gear. I'm talking about with the Raiders where he is running off and screaming, release me and all of these different things. Then you get a chance to go and play for the Patriots, and that doesn't work out. And now here you are with the Buccaneers, and I really thought he might have had it figured out. I really did. Um, but AB is who he is, man. This is the employment stuff that we're talking about. AB is a wild guy outside of football too.
Mm-hmm.
He'll tell you that. He'll tell you that he's a wild guy, man. So I don't know how you rein that in. You do your best because if you work for AB, which means like if you're his publicist or his manager, his agent, then you do have to kind of his priorities have to be at the end of the day what it is. Like you can't tell AB what he's gonna do. Like that's the part that I have struggled with sometimes in my day to day, operations of work. What I may think is the right thing is not always going to be what we go with. Why? Because somebody else sets the priorities. I execute those priorities. I give strong recommendations. I advise, right? I tell you what the second and third order effects are of what you do. But at the end of the day, that person still makes the last decision. And if AB's the person making the last decision, it's going to be a bad decision 9 times out of 10. So you spend a lot of your time doing damage control, cleanup, crisis communications. Um, so his people, I just hope they're paid handsomely. He or she or them, whoever it is that is out there managing this guy's brand and image right now, bless you, because I've seen it. I've been there, not to that level, but I've been there and had to deal with it. And those are the times when you make your money. It's not when everything's going well. It's when AB is doing AB things like running off the field with his shirt off and throwing up the peace sign
Well,
while the team
he
is still
said he
out on the
got a
field.
justification for all of that, Caesar. He said he was feeling too sexy in that moment. He
Yeah,
said the crowd made him feel like a rock star.
what a feeling.
Um, he said really off the field he ain't doing wild stuff. He said, he just want to be happy.
Yeah,
So he offers a justification for everything. So it is would you take him on as a client?
no way. There, listen, man. Listen to me.
I'm
And I know
talking. Oh, if the bank he gonna pay
I
good.
got you. I got you.
Okay,
And I
okay,
and,
okay.
and I know people at home right now say, man, this guy is full of it. America, you don't want those problems. I can't go into it, but I have been in places and have had to work places where the bag was set out to me. And I'm just telling you, when it was all said and done, it wasn't worth it. It was hard to simply get up and go to work. Hard to get up and go to work, not execute the work, just to get to work.
Okay,
So
let me pull your coat a little more on it.
yeah, come on,
Okay, let me pull your
come
coat a little
on,
more.
come
All right.
on.
I think we're both fans of the Power franchise. I don't know if you've
Yep.
been able to catch it
Yeah.
this latest season
Okay.
with Method Man's character,
Okay. Okay.
David
Okay.
McQueen, I guess, or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
See how he takes on tough cases because he knows he wants to win, of
Yeah.
course, but
Yeah.
he knows it's gonna put him in the spotlight and that's gonna be better business for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
that situation, do you think you or other communications guys, other people would look at this AB stuff as an opportunity
Yeah. That's a great
to
question.
kind of rise off of AB's notoriety in
That's
this
a
moment?
great question. There are people who are going to look at AB as a savior project. I can save him, and when I do fix him, everybody's coming. Everybody who's a problem is going to come to me now because I'm like Olivia Pope at that point, right? I'm the fixer.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, right
yeah,
there.
I'm the fixer. I'm just telling you, in order for you to fix a situation, the person has to want it to be fixed.
Right.
AB does not want this to go away. He likes the circus. Like to
Mhm.
him, everything's going right. Like we're on here right now saying Can AB's image be rehabilitated? AB looks at this and says, I do not need rehabilitation. There's
That's what
nothing
he's
wrong
saying.
with me.
That
Yeah,
is that is very true. I
yeah,
thought about that.
yeah.
I was thinking about like a viewer who is supportive of AB's
Correct.
stances over the years. Probably takes umbrage with this. Probably don't
Yeah.
like the
We
questions
can't.
I'm asking you or all this stuff.
So from a fan perspective and definitely from AB perspective, we can't even get past that because I'm telling AB, hey man, we got to fix this, and he's saying there's nothing to fix.
Right.
We're moving on. I was wrong. Didn't you see the text? I saw the text. But the second and third order effects of you sharing the text, yes, what they did to you in that space and time was wrong. I'm on the side of AB of that.
Okay.
But the second and third order effects of you sharing that, now you are untrustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
That was different when you were 25-year-old AB. Your skills were elite. You're not the best receiver on the team anymore. Where you go, you're gonna be a good player, but the rules are different now. The
Now I
rules are
didn't
different
think
for
of
you.
that. Now you put something else on me. I didn't think because I liked the fact that he brought the receipts out.
Yeah.
I did, but I wasn't looking at it from a standpoint of a communication or going forward.
Hmm.
Will a GM, will a head coach feel like I can trust having private communication with this dude?
That's it.
I didn't look at it. I didn't look at it from that standpoint.
And that's all it is. Hey, if AB said this is my last dance and I'm burning the place down and I'm going home and I'm buying the acreage and y'all will never hear from me again, burn it down. And we'll take it from there. We'll take it from there. Now I'm out of a job at that point because I've lost a client because he's done, at least in that space.
Mhm.
But he's not done. AB wants to burn it down, but also wants people to look at him and say, "Oh, well, he's not a bad guy. He would only do that to Bruce Arians." Well, that I can't
Right.
sell that. I can't sell that. You think I can go and sell that to I don't know to McVay over in L.A. or to McDermott up in Buffalo? Those guys are not going to buy that now. Somebody, I do believe that as long as you can ball and AB can still ball, people will take a chance on you. But it's not going to be in the way that AB wants it. AB wants you to cut the check. He wants you to prioritize him. He wants to be a brand. Well, that window is slowly closing, and the way you keep it open longer is in the NFL. If you start to lose a step, you better be a good locker room guy. You better be able to do other things. AB is none of that. He's strictly a talent. He is strictly, and I don't know him. I don't know him outside of the game,
Mhm.
besides of what we are told from certain disputes and misunderstandings and police records. That's all I can go off of. I don't know AB personally. AB may be handing out turkeys. He may be donating to St. Jude's. I don't know that part. The part that I know, the part that we see, the part that is documented, is that AB will put your personal business out there if it benefits him. That AB has a little bit of trouble getting along with teammates when he is not the focal point.
Yeah.
Can that be fixed? It cannot be fixed because at the end of the day, the person who needs it to be fixed is going to tell you it's not broken. So if it's not broken, what are we talking about fixing it? Get out of my face and let's go get this money like we've been doing. Well, there's no money to be gotten. AB, we're done. We're done. I'm not Olivia Pope either, by the way. I'm Ray Coleman, so I have a good enough situation where I kind of can see it and say, no, that's not my project. We'll let Olivia Pope handle AB because she's probably the only one. Kerry Washington character is the only one that can handle AB right now.
What do you how much of it do you think Tampa Bay is really trying to like cover up their end of it?
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
I
He
mean
he did what he did is something that players want to do all the time. They just don't. I'm a strong believer in that too. AB just crazy enough to do it. That's all. He's crazy enough to show that the coach has texted him directly. Where we might not even think in our minds, like, oh man, coaches do text these guys. Like we know they go to practice and they go to games, but after that, we think, oh, maybe they just split, and don't see each other until they come to work the next day. No, they text. They text
Mhm.
just like you watching a home America. Your boss may text you and say, "You coming into work tomorrow?" Well, AB's boss asked him, "Are you coming into work tomorrow?" And he put all of that out there because his boss went on camera and said, "We've never had a conversation." So naturally, AB said, "Oh, well, I have receipts."
Okay, from that standpoint, then,
Yeah.
do you think Bruce Arians has hurt his public image and will have to kind of do some rehabilitation on it? Because everybody, like last year when they won the Super Bowl, everybody was talking
He
about
was a darling. He was a darling.
how many black assistants he had. I think maybe like
Yeah.
the whole staff might have been like, and everybody, post George Floyd was giving him so much
Yeah.
credit for that and all that kind of stuff. But he kind of got it. Sound like he was a liar in that moment.
Yeah.
Flat out.
And he was, and he was. I mean, I know I can't remember how he phrased it when he was in the press conference by saying that's not what I was meaning by his health status. He was pretty much saying I'm telling him to go back into the game, and the reason why I told him to get off the sidelines because he said the reason why he's not going back in the game is not because of an injury, is because I'm not getting my touches. So he tried to play that PR word game too.
Mm-hmm.
If I Here's something for you. If I was AB's representative, his manager, agent, so on and so forth, um, I would say that's something that you can kind of harp on to say, regardless of whether y'all think my guy was right or wrong, this really did happen. He really did text my guy. My guy told him he's not 100%, and he still went out there and played. He was still a professional to the end. Y'all may not like the way it ended, but
Right.
he still showed up for work and played hard. That's kind of what you have to go with if you're gonna stay in that foxhole with AB. And in the game of the NFL, it's all dirty. Nobody, nobody is out there squeaky clean. So if you're gonna play the throw dirt on my name game, then you probably need to go back at Bruce Arians and say, well, y'all want to lift this man up with it. Who is he really? Is he really the guy that gives everybody opportunity and is a player's coach? Or is he just like all the other coaches and just want to win the game and want their best players to be out there, whether they're 100% or 65%, but they can go.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it comes down to in that text message.
Do you think Bucks PR goes to bat for Bruce and Brady's camp goes to bat for the what? Not masseuse, the trainer.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
trainer.
saying?
Yeah.
The kind
Gonzalez,
of Guerrero or
Mm-hmm.
something, right?
Guerrero, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Alex
You know what I'm
Guerrero.
saying? That made it seem like he's stealing money out here. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
it becomes a he said she said game. Unfortunately, again, this is where your long track character can help you out in the heat of the moment. Um, we got Bruce Arians on receipts, pretty much telling AB, I need you. You're gonna have to play. We're not taking any breaks. Nobody's taking this week off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bruce Arians' track record says he hires minorities. He's a player's coach. He'll get on to Tom Brady just like he'll get on to AB. You know what I'm saying? It's like he has that benefit of the doubt from the
Mm-hmm.
media, from the fan base, you name it, and from
Yeah.
his employer in the Buccaneers, which is really the only thing that matters. For AB, he doesn't have that goodwill. You hear Bruce Arians' name, you think positivity, and one bad misstep in this moment. Well, everything that AB gives you feels like a misstep, so you don't feel the need to give him the benefit of the doubt. These are the things like his team really has to go up against.
Mm-hmm.
It's a PR battle between AB's team and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the defending Super Bowl champions. That's a tall task to go up against, man. That's fresh talking points that you got to figure out how to take these guys down and uplift your guy. This is anticipating questions from the media
I
and
think you
and the
got to take
fan
on the
base.
whole shield
The whole thing. The
because you
whole
know what I'm
thing.
saying. They seem like they try to ain't no try to. We've seen them collude with Colin Kaepernick,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
they're
Absolutely.
gonna protect that brand as a whole. I believe.
They will protect their brand over anything. They did it with Kaepernick. They did it with Al Davis, the late Al Davis with the Raiders. They went to war with their own owners. So you don't think they won't go up against a player? Absolutely. So that's what I mean. Like you have to understand when you do these things, I keep saying it, second and third order effects of what you're doing. Because it's the right decision in the moment. But what does it look like next week? Take it a step further. What does it look like after the season is over when you're trying to get another team to buy into what you're doing? Does this moment affect how the rest of your career works? If you didn't think about it, it's a mistake because we're not talking about a couple of thousands of dollars or just, oh, I got cut, and there's only one game left in the season anyway. This moment is a career changing moment.
Yeah.
Period. So that's the way you have to look at it. Unfortunately, that's the way these guys have to look at it, because every step can be a misstep in the NFL. With the time being short and playing career and the earning potential, you have to treat every moment like it's a real business decision. So where guys definitely want to do what AB did, they understand they can't, because what's on the line? Everything's on the line.
Yeah. Well, there it is. America, y'all chime in and tell us, first of all, if you even think AB's image needs to be rehabilitated. Maybe you feel like AB, ain't nothing wrong. AB out here kumbaya, and you know what I'm talking about, and everything Gucci. If you do think he has some work to do, tell us what y'all think he has to do, you know what I'm saying, to get his reputation back intact, to get him another contract. Because as we can see from that game, that one route that went viral, the boy still run them routes. So do you think he can do enough?
Still a bad man.
Get him another contract. Let us know what y'all think. Put it on something. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me across all social media platforms. Like the videos and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.